Welcome everyone to this my November channel update for Virux67's YouTube channel. Now as you can see I am in Elite Dangerous. I have just started Gamma 1.0 and you can see I am totally harmless, penniless and aimless. Now I've loaded up with a few basic medicines in my cargo and I'm just going to go and make some money, and whilst we are making some money I thought we would have a quick chat about the status of Elite Dangerous. Now as you can see we are in Gamma, and Gamma is the last release before the full game release, which is coming up very shortly. And I'm not so sure this is all going to plan. Now that sounds like an odd thing to say. There are a lot of very, very enthusiastic people playing this game. But whilst I played most of Beta 2 and a bit of Beta 3, I'm not so sure this is going as planned, as I said. Now games like EVE Online have an end game. They're still a sandbox game, but they have a reason, a purpose for being where you are, for why you'd want to play day after day after day. Now, I can't remember what EVE Online was like on launch day. That was a long time ago, and I did play it, and I played it for a very long time. But my problem with EVE Online is I just couldn't spend the hours necessary to be part of that larger community that generates all that wonderful online community, combat, sovereignty, all that kind of good stuff, which actually is really, really fantastic. But I'm not sure that EVE Online has any of that. It is very much a solo game, even though we have to play it online now, and to be fair, I quite accept that that's necessary. I quite accept that's part of the game. But we don't have all of those long-term goals that a game really needs to be long-term viable. I mean, why will you play this game over and over and over again, apart from being interdicted, which is always fun and sea-sickening, if that's a word. Now, I'm not very good at avoiding these interdictions, but we will concentrate, chew gum and chat whilst we are at it. We're not doing too bad this time. We might actually be able to escape. But while we're escaping, interdictions, although you can interdict yourself, you can buy the interdiction device and do a bit of combat with the interdicted enemy, and I'm now going to overrun my station. PvP is not a big part of Elite Dangerous. They've gone out of their way to make PvP a relatively small part of the game. For example, there may be only a few thousand or even 10,000 people playing at any one time, but spread over 400 billion star systems, you are unlikely to meet anyone, and even if you do, the chances of them wanting to be your enemy is pretty slim. Most people in EVE Online, most people in Elite Dangerous are actually really friendly, really helpful, and really want to take part in the game and make everybody's time in the game really enjoyable. So pirates or player pirates is probably quite a small part of the game. Now I carried out a very brief poll on my Google Plus community, or the Elite Dangerous Google Plus community I should say, and combat actually came out a very poor third, which did surprise me somewhat. First was actually exploration. Here we go again. Now, first was exploration. Now, exploration in the poll included just wandering around the galaxy, just looking at stuff. And you have to say that Elite Dangerous is a very attractive and very, very well laid out game in the sort of graphic stakes and in the sort of real-world science stakes. So you can actually go and visit Sol, you can go and visit real planets that have been discovered, and actually go and see what people imagine they're going to look like. So exploration, as well as surveying, was actually the most popular, which I was very surprised about. A close second was trading, which is fairly obvious since trade is really a solid part of the elite ethos, gameplay type. And of course, right down at the bottom was mining, which is really, really hard work. And to be honest, given there's no industry in this game, why would you mine? I don't really understand why you would do that. So I'm not sure what that gameplay is actually going to add to the game as a whole. So with all that said, why will you keep playing? The only goal is to make more money, to buy a bigger ship, to make more money. And that's it. There's no reason for you to do anything other than make more money. Which is fine if you want to make more money. But that's it. So, my big quandary for this year, this Christmas, is do I buy myself a joystick? As I'm using a keyboard and mouse and my combat skills are poor at the best of times, and certainly a joystick would help a lot in playing this game. So if you are going to play this keyboard and mouse, then obviously combat's not going to be your thing, and there are plenty of other things to do in terms of basic mining or basic trade, but the end game, I'm not so sure. So let me know what you think in the comments. I did hold again another poll about what people thought they were going to do with the game long run, and some very vague answers around exploration. But if you've got a better idea, if you know how we're going to be able to play this game in the longer term, then I'd love to hear from you. Now, outside of Elite Dangerous, I've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And I'm a bit disappointed with that, not in terms of its scale or size or storyline, but just basic performance. I've got a lot of stuttering in the game. Basically, it sounds like a scratched record. Lots of jumps and loops in the audio, which make it, it just spoils it somewhat. But otherwise, it's a very good game, so if you can get it to run smoothly, do give it a go. It's a very good game. Now, of course, I'm also doing a lot of Kerbal Space Program, but I seem to have started that game just when all the planets were out of alignment, and so it's beginning to get difficult to come up with new content, new things to do. So I'm certainly going to look for suggestions on how I can better do that game and deliver much more interesting content. Now, what was I trading here? There we go. I think I was trading polymers. There we go. So let's go back to Gorgon. I think that's, was it Moktosh? Moktosh? Yeah, let's go back to Moktosh. So yes, I've got to do something new, something different in Kerbal Space Program, just to get everyone a bit more interesting content, a bit more interesting video, basically. Why would you watch it if I just do another identical launch? So I'm going to look at carbonite. Carbonite is my next thing. Look at mining some carbonite on Kerbin, and then maybe setting up a fuel station on Minmus or the Mun, along with some sort of base, which I think should be a bit more interesting for me and a bit more interesting for you. Now, on a final note, my niece has just told me that she's into Minecraft. Now, I gave up Minecraft a while ago because, again, I didn't think I could do anything especially interesting. But maybe just for her, I need to do a little more Minecraft. So again, if you've got any ideas of some good mods, some good Minecraft content for children, that would be excellent. So just again, leave a comment at the bottom of this video. Well, that's just about it for my update for November. I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the games that I play, and I hope you're enjoying playing them too. You take care. Bye-bye.